That was Oklahoma defensive coordinator Alex Grinch stressing what he has stressed all offseason, which is you will play with maximum speed and maximum effort. I feel like he should have Deadpool across his chest everywhere he goes, just so there is no mistaking what Alex Grinch is after. Also, any reference to Deadpool is always going to make me extremely happy. But the issue that he's going to have is picking out who is going to play in his secondary. And I was having a conversation with the coach I really respect yesterday about this very issue. Guy's been coaching secondary for 30 years, and I was going, hey, what do you see back there? What is it that you're looking for? And what should I be looking for when I'm talking about OU's defense or Oklahoma State's defense or even TU's secondary as it relates to the secondary positions? He would say, hey, man, watch how Bill Bedenbaugh coaches up the offensive line, how he picks out those guys. The reason that that line is so good is because it's cohesive. It's one unit. They're all on a string working together. And you'll never hear the offensive linemen at Oklahoma speaking as individuals. You'll always hear them speaking as a group. And you'll always see them walking around as a group. There's a reason why they were posing together with the Joe Moore Award earlier this year. And they take so much pride in each other's success. Nobody was upset to see Cody Ford go 38th overall, and everybody was really excited to see Ben Powers drafted in the 4th round. That's how they get down. He said the secondary is much the same way, especially when you're running 5 DBs and not 4. You need all 5 to be on the same page. And we continue to talk about the secondary positions and defensive back play like we do wide receiver play, like we do running back play. It makes it much more individualistic. It makes it into, can that guy get open? Can that guy not get open? Is that guy going to drop that pass? Should that guy have caught that pass? And we do the same thing when we're talking about corners and safeties. But to his thinking, most of the time when somebody gets beat for an explosive play, it ain't just one guy. We had safety help over there in this scheme, in this call. We had a corner who was supposed to be helping underneath on this play, on this call. We're not leaving these guys out on an island nearly as much as you think or as we used to. That's what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to isolate who they believe is our weakest link and go after that guy. And we know who our best players are. We know who our worst players are. And to that end, he said, look, I understand that there are defensive coordinators at the collegiate level that believe it's difficult to recruit linebacker play and secondary play because they believe that we're putting all of our best athletes on the offensive side of the ball, when really we have the same issue as everybody else, which is kids want the ball. They want to score touchdowns. They want to play running back, wideout, quarterback. Only a special few actually want to go to the other side of the ball and do something other than play defensive line, which is cool because everybody likes to sack people. So he would tell his best players, look, you're going to play some snaps on the defense because if we don't have a defense, we're not going to win any games. So if you're not willing to play defense, I'm not going to play you offensively. I would rather play guys that I know will play both ways, or at the very least will play third down situations, pass rush situations, or obvious passing situations in general that are going to help me out. Because I need to have my best athletes matching up against their best athletes. It's a Jimmy and Joe's type of deal, but I also need guys back there that are going to be willing to look at each other, communicate the calls, and have each other's backs. And when you're talking about brotherhood, you're talking about position groups. That's what you're talking about. You're talking about kiddos who are looking at the defensive backs that they go through drills with and saying, hey, that's my brother. That's the guy I go get meals with. That's the guy that I room with. That's the guy that I travel with. That's the guy that I lift with. That's the guy that I go to the training table with. That's the guy I get taped up with. That's the person for which they want to have his back, full stop. And to think that you're going to have the same relationship between a cornerback and a wide receiver is just wrong, because they're naturally adversarial positions. They are enemies. No matter how good or bad it is, when they're outside and they're out and about, it's you versus him, until it's not. Because we'll say, yeah, wide receiver knows where he's going to go. He knows what the route is. He knows what the snap count is. He knows where the markers are. And more to the point, he's running straight ahead. Defensive backs, more often than not, are backpedaling. And it does not take a rocket scientist to tell you you can run faster running straight ahead than you can backward. So you need that safety or that nickel to have your back. And you need to know that your help is going to be there and not necessarily bail on the play because you think you know better. And that's what he was saying about, hey, I need guys that are going to play together, going to be cohesive, and not going to make mistakes in the way that we would want. So when I say not make mistakes, you want guys that are going to make mistakes doing what you ask them to do, doing it full speed. Because if you're doing it full speed and you made a mistake, we'll live with that. If you made a mistake because you bailed on coverage because that wasn't the call and you thought you saw something, we're probably going to come eat your lunch. So that's the reason why the offensive line needs to trust each other. Creed Humphrey makes a call and audibles at the line of scrimmage. He needs everybody to just go with the call. Left guard, right guard might see something different. Right tackle, left tackle might see something different. But because Creed Humphrey made that call, we're just doing it. And we're going to make this mistake as a group, knowing that when we get back to the sideline, Creed's going to say, hey, I saw this. That's on me. And if anybody's going to get their lunch eaten, it's going to be Creed Humphrey. And as the center, you're more or less the captain of the offensive line. That's what you're doing. So what's Grinch going to be looking for? He's going to be looking for a safety back there who knows the calls, who can make all the calls, who can help you get everybody lined up. You're going to need that Nick Bonacani on the field. You're going to need that guy who is going to be your field general. Going to do more than relay the call. He's going to understand the call. He's going to get the nuance of the call. And he's going to get guys in position to succeed. And he's going to remind guys, hey, your help is here. Or your help is not there. Or, hey, remember, you're coming on a delayed blitz. So sell out on the fake and then go. That's what he's going to be looking for. He's going to be looking for guys that, as we keep saying, bought into his scheme. Do they understand and do they believe that what they are doing is going to help them win the game? And everywhere I look and everybody I ask who is smarter than me about football, they'll say the same thing about playing defense. When those guys are playing together and you can see the string is attached at the linebackers and you can see the string is attached on the defensive line and you can see the string is attached at secondary level, you're going to see outstanding defensive play. And then we'll do this thing where we try to make it really simple and say, hey, that guy's just better than that other guy. Yeah, sometimes. 100%. Sometimes that's true. Other times, not so much.